Hi, I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics with another release this Sunday. This week we have another solid release, and it is a fabric base that is new to a lot of you. I say a lot because we actually did send this fabric base out in one of our subscription boxes. I can't remember when, maybe January, December, I can't remember. Anyway, we did send it out in one of our subscription boxes as a brand new base that we haven't had before. So what we have today is 250 GSM Modal, so all in solid colours. If you are newish to Lush, what we do often when we have a lot of solid colours to release in the one base, we do it all in the 1 week. We give you all the colours that we have in the 1 week, and we usually give it to you at a special price as well, just because they're all there. The solid colours are just amazing, and we all need some solid colours in our stash. There's only so many patterns that you can wear. Eventually you're going to need a solid colour in there as well. So that's what we often do. So you can kind of build your stash and have your little selection of solids there ready to go. So this fabric, 250 GSM. So it's a nice heavy fabric. And although we have started doing our winter fabrics now, so last week was kind of 50-50 on the winter and the summer, we're actually a little bit the same today because this fabric is fine for summer or winter, in my opinion. While it is a little bit heavier, it doesn't feel hot and heavy because it's not a particularly thick fabric. So if you've bought the 200 GSM Modal, you will notice a difference in the weight, and there is some difference in the thickness of the fabric, but not a huge amount. So it doesn't make it hot and claustrophobic and that sort of thing. And being modal, it breathes beautifully. So we're kind of still on the summer and the winter this week, but these are really beautiful solids, and it's a beautiful fabric base to have to really build up, your layering wardrobe for winter. This fabric would be amazing in a long sleeve top to go underneath a jumper or underneath a cardi or a jacket or something like that. It's just lovely because it feels amazing for one. It feels really soft, but it's nice and breathable, but it's still going to give you some of that warmth that you need for winter. And then you just make a sleeveless dress like I've got on here. And it's fantastic for summer. I remembered a stall today, so I could show you what I'm wearing. This is the twisted dress by, I think you're supposed to pronounce it Sewera, are you? It's Sewera. I look at it sometimes and want to say Sewera, but I'm assuming it's Sewera. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the designer. So the twisted front dress. It's actually quite easy to make, and I did put some clear, there's a seam here, and I did put some clear elastic here, and I also put it in the shoulders as well, just because it's a heavier fabric, and we know that the modals and the bamboos and the rayons and those sorts of fabrics, they stretch. But you know what, this feels really secure. I don't feel like this is going to be really big on me later in the day. It feels really good. I've had it hanging in my wardrobe, and it's no problem whatsoever. So while I think a bit of stability is really good, if you want to make something that doesn't have the waist seam, I don't think it's a big deal. I think you'll be fine to go ahead and do that. Clear elastic is a really good tool though. So if you don't have some clear elastic, we do have it on the website. You can buy it in a lot of 2 meters, 5 meters or 10 meters. And it's just really great just to put into some of your horizontal seams, just to really give your garments some strength. It is reasonably easy to put in. I always put it in using my overlocker. I find it really simple on my overlocker. And there is a how-to video if you're not sure how to put it in. So if you go into our Facebook group and then into photos and albums, you'll find a how-to album and you'll see that in there. All right, I'll stop talking and let's show you this fabric. So we've got 16 colours to show you. So I'm just going to open this one and just show you how the fabric behaves, and then the rest I'm just going to show you the colours. So this one is called Light Slate Grey, and it is a bluey grey slate. It's coming up pretty grey right here on the screen, but it does have some blue in it. So do check out the photos online. Now, as always, we can only do what we can do in regard to the photos. Everyone has different screen settings, which might make the colour look a little bit different to what it is. We take the photos on our end, and then someone at the other side of the country actually edits them for us, but we do send her a swatch of all of these solid colours so that she can match it as much as she possibly can. So we do work quite hard to get the colours right, but there is always going to be a margin of error in that. So this modal is 96% modal and 4% spandex. It's 150 centimetres wide. It has a really great weight to it. It's 250 GSM. That's quite a good weight for the fabric, it's going to sit really nicely. I mean, I think this dress sits really nicely. It's still got some drape, but it doesn't have a stiffness, which often some heavier fabric can have. It has really good stretch. Really nice stretch both ways. And beautiful drape, as you can see. So great for heaps of garments. So obviously a dress, works well for a dress. I think it'd be fantastic for a top of any sort. I mean, you can make some beautiful pants out of this even, I think. It would need some stabilising with some clear elastic in places, I think, but it would be really gorgeous. Long line dresses, skirts, you name it. You could even do a cardi of some sort. So if you're in Perth or Brisbane or, one of those places that doesn't really have a particularly cold winter, somewhere up north, it might be really nice just to have a cardi out of this. So it's just sort of something to cover you up, but it's not going to really keep the warmth in. We'll keep some in, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be, like a sweater knit or a French terry or something like that. Okay, so this one is a light slate grey. Oh, and I don't have a coordinating thread for this one. I just couldn't quite find the right colour because although it's not showing up on the screen, it does have some blue in this one. Light slate grey. Next one, we have Current. So this is a burgundy colour. We've tried to find some different names for things just to help us with our accuracy when filling the orders. When we have, a heap of burgundies and a heap of blacks and that sort of stuff, we can, it's easy to then put the wrong fabric base in. So instead of calling this one burgundy, we've gone with Current. But isn't it gorgeous? I love this colour so much. And one of our brand new seamstresses, Melissa Dale, is sewing this one up and she's going to show it to you today, and it's her first Lush sew. So please give her lots of encouragement. She has gorgeous style, so I can't wait to see what she's got made with this one. This goes with 2072. All of those will be linked on the website, so you don't have to be jotting down notes or anything. It'll all be there for you. Okay, just check that. Sorry, that was a bit close up, wasn't it? Oops. All right, this one, I don't need to open all of these, do I? Because then I've got to fold them all again if I do that. Bright pink. Very pretty bright pink. And this one goes with 1421. All right, I'm going to stop opening them up. This one is dark grey. So it's got a little bit of a headed thing on it. The colouring is a bit headed. Sorry, it goes really light when I come up close. But it's a really nice grey. And it's so soft and beautiful. I love it. So this one goes with 132. Next one is Lagoon. So some of you may recognise this because this is one of the colours that was sent out in the subscription boxes. And at that point, we hadn't given them their own name, so we just stuck with the name from the supplier, which was teal blue. So if you received the subscription box with teal blue, this is that colour. We're now calling it Lagoon. Sorry for the confusion, but we just wanted a bit of differentiation with those names. So this one goes with 1610. It's not a perfect match. This thread is actually a little bit lighter. That was the best that we had, and I think it would still work okay. Next, this was also in the subscription box, and we've called this one now Deep Violet. I think we probably just called it Purple in the subscription box. Again, it's a beautiful colour. I'm not sure if the lighting is that great. The warehouse is in use right now, so I can't get to it. But yeah, this one is the deep violet and it's gorgeous. And this one, 5976. Again, this colour is a little bit lighter than the fabric, so it's not a perfect match if you think you can get to the shops and get something that's a little bit better. Okay, next, Niagara Blue. I did not know that this shade of blue was called Niagara Blue, but Google tells me that it is. Our suppliers call it denim, and I think it's a pretty good descriptor, denim blue, but we've got a few more other denims, so we've gone with a different one so we don't give you the wrong fabric in there. So Niagara Blue matches with 392. There's lots of beautiful colours in this range, and you'll be able to make some of the most gorgeous things. I can't wait to see what you all make up with this fabric. Okay, now this one. This one is called Light Rose Pink. And this one has a flaw through it, at least for the first little while. So something sharp has gone into this roll of fabric and it's pierced through I'm not sure how many layers. So we're just going to put it up at the reduced price. And once we get through all of the flaws, then we'll put it back to its normal price. So this is what we're getting. So there's a slit here and a couple of little holes here. So something quite sharp went into it and it pierced its way through. So they're just under 50 centimetres apart at this stage of the roll. So that might get a little bit closer as the roll gets a little bit smaller. The distance between it might get a little bit closer. So what we're doing today, these fabrics are going to be $19.50 per metre. But as I said, when it's the release day and we do them all together, we often do reduce that price for you. So we are doing them, I'm just checking what I've written down there. We're doing them for $17.50 a metre just for today, just for Sunday. But this one here, because of the floor, its normal price will be $17.50 until we get through that floor. So today this one's going to be $15.50 a metre. So really, I think I measured this, I think it was about 14 centimetres in from the selvage. So really, the fabric is great. It's just, instead of being 150 centimetres wide, in some places it's only 136 centimetres wide. But then you've got all these spaces in between. So I still think you'll be able to get your project out of it, but do just keep in mind that the width of this one will be a little bit reduced. But then so's the price, so it might just be worth it. Okay, this one we have matched up with X600 as the coordinating thread. And let's move on. This one, this is the most real mustard colour that I have received from my suppliers, I think. They call a lot of yellows mustard. And to me, this is the most mustard of all the mustards that I have received. So I wanted to keep the name mustard in there, but still give it some distinction. So we've just called this one mustard yellow. It's really gorgeous. If this is your palette, your colour palette, it's amazing. Give it a go. So I put 892 with it, which is not a bad match. It's probably just a smidge more golden than the fabric, but I think it actually probably will match quite well. Your top stitch thread doesn't have to be perfect, but when it's a solid colour, you don't want it to be too far off either, or it will be noticeable. If there's a pattern, it's a bit easier, but when it's a solid colour, you've got to be a bit more careful. This one we have called Mauve Cappuccino because it does have the mauvey texture, and it's also got like a little bit of a brownie texture in there as well. Shade in there as well. Super pretty. I love this colour. It's really nice. It's not helping at all when I do that, is it? I do have lights on. I've got blinds open. There we go. It's a bit better back there. Okay, I can't find a good matching thread for this one, unfortunately, but this is the Mauve Cappuccino. And what I'm wearing today is Passion Red. You know I love red. I like a bit of red in my life. 2427 is the match for this one. It's pretty. Olive green. It's a really nice olive as well. This one I don't have a good match for. I don't have a matching thread for it. I do have some olives, but they were just a bit too dark or a bit too light, I think, for it being a solid colour. everyone's, well, maybe not everyone's, one of my favourites is the black. This one is called Midnight Black because it really is a really nice, deep, dark black. And this is another one that went out in the subscription boxes, but we do have a few rolls of the black to keep us going. In fact, a couple of them have got several rolls, so hopefully there'll be enough to keep us going because I have so much fabric right now that I'm not ordering any more for winter. So what we've got in stock is everything that we have for winter. I won't be putting in any more orders. Next year, absolutely, but I can't be putting in any more winter orders because the winter fabric was just so amazing from my suppliers this year. I felt like they really had some different stuff, so I went really crazy in the fabric shopping. This one is called Light Navy. It is a nice navy, but it's not the darkest of navies. So we've gone with the light navy and we've matched it up with 3333 as your matching thread there. And this one is Coral Pink. It's very pretty. Very, very pretty pink. And this is 5683 to match with that one. Last one is Porcelain, which is just a really nice off-white. So this one on the website, what we've done is we've covered Molly, our mannequin, with some white fabric, and then we put this over the top so that you can see what the colour is. And then we've done another picture with just this fabric over Molly. So Molly, her fabric is black with some white patterns on it, and you can see all of that through the fabric. So this sort of a colourway in most bases, I think, you really just need to wear skin-toned underwear. And if it's going to be too tight, then obviously you're going to see through it. So with the mannequin shots, we do pull it quite tight around the mannequin. And obviously we can't match your underwear. So we tried with white. So, from here, I don't think it's particularly see-through at all. So if you were just to wear something that's a nice relaxed fit, that would be great. But then if you pull it around you a bit more, you can see some of the colour through anyway. But skin-toned underwear will sort that out, no problem whatsoever. So this is Porcelain and it matches with number 1000. That's it. It's all 16 colours. I hope there's a colour in there for you. There's many colours in there for me that I would like to sew up and make something really nice out of. So I've already started with my twisted front dress. Let's go with the twisted dress. So these are all now up on the website, and as I said, they are available at a cheaper price, but just for today, just for Sunday. So they're generally going to be $19.50 per metre. They are $17.50 per metre just for today. We also, of course, have our $25 Lush gift card that we are giving away on our Facebook group and our Facebook page. So please enter those competitions so that you are in the running. And I hope you like all of these. It really is a beautiful base, so it's a great time to give it a go. That's all from me. I'm going to see you next week with more really pretty stuff. See you then. Bye.